I'm here to take you through the 11 steps outlined in the second part of the Tea Break How to Do It Right guide. It's only a top-line walkthrough. If you download the guide, it will take you through each step in a lot more detail. So we're going to start our journey at phase 1. And the first step is all about making tea breaks safe. You need to assure the psychological safety and well-being of the participants. Talking about race inequality requires honesty, openness, and courage. As a result, participants might feel vulnerable and concerned about negative repercussions in terms of their career and their mental health, or how they might be judged or perceived. It's therefore crucial that you consider the psychological safety of the individuals you're engaging with. We recommend that you create a meaningful psychological safety statement signed by the senior leaders, as this endorsement will encourage people to be honest. Also, give thought to meeting rules and behaviours. So use the Chatham House rule, which means participants are free to use the information received, but neither the identity or the affiliation of the speaker or any other participants may be revealed. We also recommend that you don't record tea break unless you have a very good reason to do so. And during the session, empower participants to call time out if it gets too much, provide support, and signpost them to supportive resources. We also advise that you could conduct well-being checks before, during, and after the tea break. It can be really emotional for people who are sharing their feelings and experiences, and it can be emotional for those people who are hearing the honest views as well. So psychological safety is a big part of tea break. Next slide. So when you've done that, the next phase is all about finding the right people to champion, drive, and deliver the tea break. So step 2 is about identifying your tea break lead, someone who will spearhead the initiative and support it from start to finish. Look for someone that's going to bring energy, focus, and continuity to the initiative. Someone with passion, people skills, resourcefulness, and persistence. Brief them on tea break so they've got the right information to understand the scope of the role and get their agreement to be the lead, and then ask them what else they might need support-wise. So next slide, please. So at step 3, it's all about gaining senior endorsement. And research has found that having senior endorsement is the driver for success when it comes to diversity and inclusion. Their endorsement and involvement signals to the rest of the organisation that any issues raised will be taken seriously. We recommend you meet with senior leaders to explain what the tea break is, its benefits, and why leadership involvement is critical. Highlight their role in establishing the psychological safety and statement and safety of the participants, and explain what they can do to support the initiative and engage with line managers. If you get their commitment to support employees' involvement, they will empower colleagues to attend the tea break. Next slide, please. So when you've covered steps 1 to 3, it's time for step 4, which is about creating your working group. This group will run the initiative from start to finish, from identifying tea break themes to promoting tea break, right through to running and evaluating the tea breaks. As Tea Break is a pan-organisation initiative, we recommend that you create a diverse group with a broad range of skills and choose an effective chairperson. So we're now in phase 3 and we're at step 5 and we're ready to prepare and go live. And this step is all about shaping the structure. So one of the biggest benefits of Tea Break is that it enables regular and consistent discussion of race equality issues. The frequency and the format will develop will vary depending on your organisation. So we recommend that you liaise with colleagues when scheduling, just to ensure that everyone has a good opportunity to attend, and also that you schedule the tea break as part of the working day to encourage attendance and reinforce your organisation's commitment to race equality. Also use a variety of formats just to keep your tea breaks fresh and interesting. So for example, you might want to invite a speaker, you might want to showcase a video, have a panel, potentially start with 2 hosts talking about a chosen theme. So just sort of keeping it fresh. Next slide. So now we've determined the frequency and the format of tea break. Step 6 is when we start to identify themes. Each tea break will focus on a particular theme, as this provides focus for your discussion and it enables deeper and more meaningful conversations. We recommend that you look inside the organisation for themes. So, for example, brainstorm ideas with colleagues, analyse staff survey findings, or run polls with colleagues, but also look outside as well. So, for example, monitor media or focus on key D&I dates such as Black History Month or Race Equality Week. And then keep a note of the themes that have been discussed and which are the most popular, because that will help you plan future tea breaks. So you've explored your themes, you've shaped your tea break, and so we move on to step 7 of preparing to go live. Promotion. This is all about promotion, and promotion is key. You'll need to let colleagues know about your tea break and encourage them to attend. So think about the information that they need to know when deciding to attend, and safety is one of those things. Use the range of internal channels to ensure the majority of colleagues have an opportunity to see and digest the information, and think about ongoing communications to ensure colleagues are aware of which tea breaks are coming up and when, and also what's happened as a result of previous tea break discussions as well. Next slide, please. Step 8 is all about preparation, so you get the most from your tea break session. So to ensure that it runs smoothly, there are a few things to prepare and think about in advance. And one of them is finding the right facilitator. You're going to need someone who can manage behavior and maintain focus on the chosen theme. They must ensure that the tea break is constructive, safe and fair. We also recommend that you appoint a chat manager, someone who can monitor the chat, answer the questions, show in the moment appreciation and support the facilitator as well. Prepare questions, materials, and run a technical test in advance. Next slide, please. So at step 9, you're at the point of running your tea break. So when you come to this during the session, set the tone, put participants at ease, and set the ground rules as well. And we recommend that you deal with questions as they arise or as soon as possible afterwards. And again, can't reiterate this enough, but remind participants of available support. And you'll find a list of organisations in the guide that may be useful. So we're now on step 10 of the journey. Thank you. And you will have run your first tea break and it's hopefully gone well. You've had lots of engagement, and there are some post-event essentials here. So after tea break, it's essential to follow up with colleagues, ensure action is taken where relevant, and assess what went well and what needs improvement for next time. Again, the first priority is to support colleagues' well-being, remind them again of the support that's available to them. You might also want to check in personally with some individuals. And again, if the organisation takes action as a consequence of the tea break discussions, share that information with colleagues as well. And then review the tea break, have a debrief to capture best practice and lessons learned. And the next slide, we're at the end of our tea break journey. At step 11, it's time to monitor progress. So it's really important to understand the overall impact that the initiative is having on colleagues and the organisation as a whole. This will enable continuous improvement and also provides evidence of progress. So do review your tea breaks to identify trends, understand what works well and what needs improvement. And again, when the organisation has committed to take action, keep track of what action is to be taken, the deadlines and the progress, and keep people updated. So, and then survey colleagues to gauge the impact that tea break is having on them as well. And then finally, next slide, when you've done it, please do share your experiences with us, Race Equality Matters, and help inspire others. We need more change makers like Lynette and Rupinda, and more trailblazing organisations like NCVO.